Okay, this video is for the tackles. The first play here is boot. We run boot to the right. Okay. So we got a wheel and seal on the backside. Make sure you're shoe to shoe with the guard. Make sure you're stepping down hard and replacing him, getting hip to hip with the center, not letting this guy beat you across your face. If he goes to the outside, then you can just block him out. We just got to make sure we really close down that inside gap. Mosman, good job. Okay. Boot on the front side, we're trying to sell counter. Your rule is gap on. Okay. So you should be, or your rule is gap on double, but you got a forward technique on you. So you really should be stepping out and basing this guy, but knowing that we're booting out this direction. So eventually you want to reach his outside shoulder. Okay. I don't want you to reach it right away because then he's just going to undercut you and tackle the quarterback in the backfield. So you got to base him like you normally would on counter, like you're getting help here, and then at the end you should finish on his outside shoulder. Okay, but you're just pass setting here. I don't want you to do that. You got to sell run first on boot. Okay, 50s. Okay, both guys should be making fan calls. Fan, 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 fan. Make the fan call. When in doubt, make the fan call. And you don't have to go out right away if you don't think that guy's coming, but still make the fan call. Okay, so you have help. Say fan, so he comes out. Attack the outside shoulder of this guy if you make a fan call, having your eyes here. And then if he blitzes, then you got to come off and block him. Okay, 1 second. All right. So I don't know where I left off. I paused the video for a while. But I know if we make a fan call, we attack the outside shoulder and then keep our eyes here. If this guy ends up blitzing, okay, then we need to come off and block him here. But we can't step inside if we make a fan call because we're going to block off our help. Because if this guard hears fan call, he's coming out and he is blocking that four. Okay, and you can help by attacking the outside shoulder and having your eyes out here. Okay, or you can just go to that outside backer if you think he's blitzing. Okay. Okay, this was supposed to be sprint left. We don't make fan calls on sprint left. We should be hinging, and then everyone is stepping back here. I don't know what happened here. Should not, I don't think. Yep. So Gabe, we're doing that right here. Okay, there's just a lot messed up here, but we don't make a fan on a sprint call. Okay, no fans on a sprint call. You hinge and you need to reach that shoulder. Okay, now this is sprint right. So we should reach the four. Okay, hinge back, hinge back, hinge back, hinge back. Okay, Mosman, you got to attack your inside gap first. Okay, so I want you to step in hard, give a punch here. I want you to step in and collapse on this and punch here and make this guy go around that direction. Okay, I want you to punch here first. We got to take care of the inside gap first. Inside gap first. So get here. Now, Gabe shouldn't be pulling. Gabe was wrong here too. Okay, but attack this guy first and make him run all the way around. Gabe, good job. Okay, 50s. Okay, good. Double fan call. Okay, we got two square. That backside knee should be in the midline of the defender. Okay, he's got a good position for an inside move. Okay, Gabe, hand position, not there. Okay, it's got to be strike him in the sternum. Strike him in the sternum. You're going to get a holding call with your hand out there. Okay, here we go. We had a fan call here. Linebacker steps up. We should make an off call. We attack our inside gap, inside gap. A back should be stepping over. We got to be pointing at the outside backer to let the A back know that he needs to come over here to come off the edge and block. We don't do that. Okay, we don't make an off call. Okay, we still go here. This guy comes free. The A back's going this direction because he didn't see or hear an off call. Okay, so it's all messed up. We can't have this happen on Friday. Okay. We have a fan call if the outside backer is on and you got a four. We make an off call if a linebacker steps up. Okay. We block the inside gaps and then the A back goes and blocks the edge. Okay, same thing here. We had a fan call, linebacker steps up, we make an off call, block the inside gap, A gap block or the A back blocks off the end. Okay, and we can have a fan call here. So Mosman, you don't worry about this guy. You got to step in and block your inside gap and block the 4. Okay, the A back is coming off the edge. Okay, Gabe checking you, checking your angle. Good job attacking the inside. And then once he gets level with you, then run him to the outside. Run him that direction. Okay, don't let him beat you around. If he once he gets even with your outside shoulder, turn and run him. Okay, boot left. Faking counter on the play side, really sell run. Okay, and then attack his outside shoulder late to make it to seal him off from the boot. Okay, and on the backside tackle, we're pulling the guard. So you need to get shoe to shoe with the pulling guard and wheel and seal. You got to step down hard and get hip to hip with the center. Okay, so this guy can't beat you across your face. So Finley, we didn't step down hard enough. Okay, we cannot let him beat you across your face. Get down even closer to AJ's foot so we can step down harder. Let's watch the play side fake. Mosman good. Okay, I just like to see you more flat-footed instead of on your toes. Okay, 50s, fan call. We had a fan call, but we make an off call. We need to be pointing here and yelling off, off, off to let the A-back know he's got to go that direction. Okay, and then we attack the inside. Okay, Finley good. Mosman, you're getting too far out here. Okay, just buzz your feet. Get your outside knee to the midline of this guy. Influence him upfield. You're oversetting. Okay, and you're giving them an inside move. Okay, now we're running power. We're gonna run power to the right. Okay, so here we should have a TED. Your rule is gap on double on the play side, a TED to that inside backer. Backside tackle, your hip to hip, your shoe to shoe. Okay, you're wheeling and sealing, getting hip to hip with the center, making sure we don't let that guy slant inside. So Mosman, good job. Okay, Finley, good job stepping with your gap side foot first. You're just too tall. You're too high. You need to get lower and get underneath this guy. Okay, you need to roll your hips, throw that guy into your gap. You get there. Okay, I just want to see you run your feet a little bit more. Okay, you got to be lower. You got to roll your hips, bring some power behind this. Okay, but you get them over into your gap. Okay, we're going to run truck, pull, get around the garbage, get vertical, look inside. Backside tackle, rip the cutoff. Get around the garbage. Good job. Now get vertical. Okay, you're still coasting a little bit too much. Get vertical. Okay, good job blocking that guy, take him where he wants to go. Good. If he wants to fight outside, you take him there, and look what our running back does. He cuts right off inside it, and that's what we want. Okay, Finley watching you. Okay, I want you ripping like on defense. I want you to rip across his face. Okay, we can't do this. They're going to call holding on that, and this great play is going to be a 10-yard loss because of the penalty. Okay, I want you to step flat and then rip across his face. Okay, here we're running kick to the left. So our rule is gap on double all across the board. Okay, we should have a TED to the first backer inside. This backer stepped up, so you guys are going to be working all the way back to this backer. Okay, because the guard is going to block here. Center's going to block the nose. Okay, you guys are switching responsibilities with the center and the guard. Okay. Backside tackle. Okay. We should make a down call here. So we'd block back here. We'd block back here. Okay. Okay. Or we could have just tagged it as well. Well, maybe this is power. Okay, never mind. So if this is power, Finley, you got to be shoe to shoe with the guard. Okay. You got to step down hard, wheel and seal, get hip to hip with the center. Don't let that guy cross your face, and then work back. Okay. You don't step down hard enough, Finley. Okay, we got to check B gap threat first as well. Make sure this linebacker's not blitzing, because if he does, we got to get in front of him. Mosman. So you got to know if this guy is down here, you guys are then working to the next backer inside. Okay, you guys get great movement here, which is awesome. But now, if we're moving this guy vertically, I'm most likely going to be the guy coming off the double team because he's going to undercut this. Okay. Unfortunately, our guard is a little bit behind. That's pulling. Okay, but still, you guys are working to the first backer inside, which would be here. So you need to come off and try to block that guy. That's the next backer inside. Okay, we're running truck to the right. Okay, so we're ripping to cutoff on the backside, pulling and getting vertical. Okay, good job, Mosman. Get up to that safety. Now you're working up to that safety. Okay, go get in front of him. No, go to the safety. Go keep working to the third level. Okay, Gabe, we're too slow with our feet. Look at your feet. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think you took 4 steps before you actually gained any ground. Okay, it should be, we should be skipping. So step back, karaoke, and then go. Okay, you take 5 steps before you go anywhere, and you're never going to get there in time. We're just too slow. Good job getting vertical and getting to that backer. We're just too slow getting there. Okay. Okay, I think we're running kick left here. I know it says trap, but I think I mislabeled it. Running kick left, so our rule is gap on double. So we have a TED here. Okay. Um, a cage, and then here we should have a tag. Okay. Or we can make a down call if we think this guy's in our gap. So we could down it or we could tag it on the backside of kick. Okay, Finley, once again, we're just too high. If you dropped your pad level down and you got underneath this guy and rolled your hips, you'd be in a really good position here. But Finley, you comboed nicely here. Okay. You're running your feet. The linebacker comes to your gap. Okay, so you come off on the linebacker. That's perfect. I just wish you were a little bit lower. We need to drop your hips. Got to get you in the weight room. More mobile hips. Okay, good job, Gabe, basing your guy. I like to see you have tighter hands, tighter elbows, and then don't give up on the play. Okay, you can't do that. You got to block until that whistle is blown. Don't do that. Okay, now we're running trap right. So rip inside to FBI, get shoe to shoe here with the guard, get hip to hip with the center, wheel and seal. Okay, see, we got to check for this B gap threat here, Finley. Okay, we missed him completely. Your rule is B gap to C gap. Okay, so if this guy starts creeping up, you need to step in and you need to block this guy. Okay, so we need to be stepping in hard and getting hip to hip with the center. Okay, and you need to be helping with that. Our center needs to be blocking back as well on this, but you have B gap first on your wheel and seal. Okay, now we're running dart to the right. We got to pull the backside guard. Play side, or sorry, backside tackle. My fault. We got to pull the backside tackle. Play side tackle. Your rule is play side on, backside. If a guy on you, you base him. Backside tackle, you got to pull, find the first hole, block the first ugly jersey. If there's nothing there, look inside. Okay, unfortunately, we don't get a pull here. The H is going to block this guy. Our guard should be blocking back. Center should block back. Guard blocks down. Okay, it should be a good play. Unfortunately, we don't have our tackle pulling for that backer there. Okay. You should be backside tackle should be right here blocking this guy. Okay, we run power left, I believe. Yep, we're running power left. So Finley, you want to step with your gap side foot first. Okay, pick it up, put it down. Okay, and we need to be lower, getting underneath this guy. You need to have some forward lean. Okay, you need to be leaning forward and roll your hips underneath. You're kind of too far up and down. You need to have forward lean into the guy, roll your hips. You're just kind of catching him right now. You're just catching this guy. Okay. Can't catch. We got to be the hammer, not the nail. Okay, Gabe, you step down hard, you check B gap, and then you go C gap. Now, once you know you're blocking this guy, get two hands on him, not just one. We're not pass protecting. Get both hands on the guy. Okay, we're running counter to the right. Okay, same thing here, Finley. We can step down hard. Okay, give a punch to this backer and then come back out and block the 5. You got to go B to C gap. So I'd step down here. I'd give the punch here to help out with the center, and then I'll come back and block the 5. That's what we got to do on the wheel and seal. Okay, Gabe, watching you. You have nice steps. Okay, quick feet. You go 1, 2. Okay, you see him slant out a little bit. You're just too high. Same thing as Finley. You need to have some forward lean, getting underneath this guy. Okay, and now I can see you're working to try to throw that guy into your gap. You do come off on the linebacker, but when you come off on the linebacker, you got to be under control. You see how you kind of jump off here quick, and we're way too high and our feet aren't rooted underneath us. Okay, that's how we kind of hit him awkwardly. Okay, so we need to be nice and low here, and then when we come off on the linebacker, we got to make sure our feet are under control. Okay, we run truck left. Or sorry, truck right. Okay, Gabe, your steps are a lot better here. You take 2 steps and you're gone. But once again, I'd like us to skip pull if we can. I mean, this is better than what it was before because you're moving faster. Okay, you didn't take 4 steps to get going. Mosman, good job ripping, getting up to the backer there. Now, if you see him getting blocked, then we can work up to this corner here, to the 3rd level. Okay, now we're going to run toss to the left here. Okay. All right, so our rule is gap on. We got a guy on us. We're reaching the 4. Okay. Backside, we are ripped to cut off. Rip into this gap and work up to the next level. The linebacker's up on the line of scrimmage. You can work up to the safety. Take this path to go cut him off to the play. So now Gabe worked that path. Mosman, good job redirecting, getting your hands on him. Okay, there's no way he's going to make the play. Good job not taking too big of steps. Okay, that second step was almost too big. Okay, 1, 2, get that second step on the ground. You were able to readjust and get a hand on him. That's good. Okay, just make sure that second step is small. Okay, here we run kick to the right. Okay, so gap on double across the board. So we should have made a tag call here. Okay, we should have a Ted here working to that backside backer. Okay. So, yep, step with this foot first, then this. Don't hop. Don't jump in the air with both legs. It should go 1, 2. Get your feet in the ground. Okay, and then you do a good job readjusting. Now stay on them and run them. Stay on them and run them. Okay, Gabe, watching you. Good steps. But if this guy slants outside, you need to close that gap down and get hip to hip with the tight end. Now the tight end doesn't get hip to hip with you either. He doesn't shuffle down to close the distance. But if you see this guy slanting towards the double team, you need to start scooting your butt over here to make it easier for you to throw him into your gap. This double team just gets too spread out. Okay. And then the play gets blown up essentially. You're coming off this double team way too soon. You only come off the double team when you can reach out and touch the linebacker. He is still 3 yards away from you. And because you're coming off too soon, okay, once again, we don't have a good double team and it gets blown up right here on the line of scrimmage. You need to be patient. The linebackers will come to you. Okay? Don't come off until you can physically reach out and touch the linebacker. Okay, here's boot. So once again, play side tackle. We're faking counter. You're going to base this 4. Okay, and then reach him late. But we want to sell run. Backside tackle, get shoe to shoe with the guard. Step down hard, start hard, replace the guard. Check the linebacker, make sure he's not blitzing. So you just fire straight out Finley. That's not good. Okay, if he slants inside hard, he's going to beat you across your face and blow up the play in the backfield. Okay, you got to anticipate worst case scenario, this guy slanting in or a linebacker blitzing B gap, and we got to pick that up. So you should be stepping down hard here, and honestly, you might be helping out with the nose, okay, before you work back out to the tackle here. Okay, but we're going the wrong direction. Okay, here we're going to run truck to the left. So we're going to pull around the garbage, look inside, get vertical as soon as we can. Okay, rip into our gap. The linebacker that we would go to is on the line of scrimmage, so then we're just going to work up to safety. So Finley, don't worry about this guy. Rip past him if you're on the backside of truck or toss. Okay, Mo's been watching you. Get vertical and look inside. Okay, good job. Okay, we're running counter to the right here, so we should have a Ted right here, working to that backer. Backside, tackle, wheel and seal. So step down hard, get hip to hip with the center and work back. So Mosman, it's step a little bit more flat. I think we could give a little punch here to help and then work back. But your leg, you unintentionally help here with your leg, which is good. Maybe you did that on purpose. I don't know. Finley, we're a little slow off the ball here. Looks like you were surprised by the count. We know the snap count, so we got to fire off. Once again, have some more forward lean here. Okay, and we're just too tall. Okay, on our initial contact. But once again, you see the linebacker comes to your gap. At least you have your eyes on the linebacker. That's good. We're just too hot, too tall, too high, and we need to have some more forward lean on contact. Okay, I think that's enough for us to learn from tonight.